Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Rundown. I'm your host, Chris Fagan. We're going to talk a little bit about, Throwback Thursday is back again. So we're going to talk about one of my favorite movies, Freeway. We're also going to discuss a little bit about the upcoming Gen V that's premiering tonight. And the writer strike is over. And we have a special guest returning back to the studio. Guys, I want to remind you guys, if you don't mind, please check us out on our podcast. And look for us on T3 Media Studios on all your favorite podcasts of choice. If you don't mind, give us like 5 stars. Tell me how handsome I am, and don't forget to be nice. As always, you could also join the chat when you're in the chat, guys. Remember, super chats are appreciated and not mandatory. Just say anything on the topics that we're talking about. Keep it fun, keep it live, keep it fresh, and follow us on all social medias if you want to become a member. We're going to be talking with our member group chat members, a little bit like group chat members, our channel members. Joining me is, I messed up the camera, my bad, babe. Joining me today, let me start with Kevin. I call him Babe.
Not outside the bedroom.
Kevin, the director, what's going on, buddy?
Not much, man, not much. Good to be back. And I actually see that my the photo you use is actually what I'm wearing.
Right, yeah, finally.
The beard and the hat
finally got it. I finally matched it up. Yeah, I was so, when I saw you walk up the stairs, I was like, yes, finally got it correct.
All you have to do is just say what you want me to wear, baby, and I'll wear it for you.
Right? All right, that's enough. Come on, calm down. We can't give him too much. Also here in the studio is Mrs. Christopher Fagan. That's her legal name. Hey, Joy, what's going on, babe? Are you just fed up with me at this point?
I'll say Tab's not here to get mad at you for saying that.
Oh yeah, I call her legally because legally she is Mrs. Christopher Fagan, legally.
I thought I was.
No, that's okay. Anywho, let's not spread any rumors, or are they? And like I said, we're going to talk about, as usual, guys, you know what we do here. We're going to talk some entertainment news, which is a few things that might be trending out there. The first thing I'm going to talk about is something that's more closer to me, but it's so I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about that. But other than that, like I always say, we always talk about movies here. We talk about the latest news that's going on in the world of entertainment, the latest stuff this week. And like I always say, if you guys want to comment on each topic, we're going to throw it to you guys in the comment section, or if you're not catching this live, you can always comment, and I always respond to you either way. But without further ado, like I said, I was going to start with the first topic. Is like I put it on as an official topic. Oh, I forgot I was going to throw it to you first. It's not an official topic, but I wanted to, if anybody who knows me knows that I am a huge Bone Thugs and Harmony fan. That was my teenage years. I'm an 80s baby, so they say that when you're a teenager, and that's where when your brain is developing your teenage years, that's usually the music that you're listening to and the movies that you're watching. Those are the ones that make the biggest impact on you. That's the music you're going to go back to and default to when you're like, you damn kids don't know what real music is. Well, for me, it was Bone Thugs and Harmony. I wasn't all that growing up into rap. My mom made me listen to Sunny 99.1, soft rock all the time. So when I became a rap fan, go more into rap, I was like Snoop Dogg, things like. But when I heard Bone Thugs and Harmony, and I don't even know why it's not displaying on here. What's going on with the lower third? What's going on here? Why is this not on? What is going on? Okay, I'm going to have to fix that later. But why is Bone not playing anymore? But because it's not looping. That's why. But when I heard Bone Thugs and Harmony for the first time, it was just one of those things that captured me. So there was news that one of the members, Krayzie Bone, who is my favorite member, is in the ICU. Babe, you know a little bit more about this situation, what he's going through being in the medical field. What's the situation again with it?
It was kind of all over social media Monday, I think,
mm-hmm.
Monday or Tuesday, saying that he was, hanging on barely, that he was multiple surgeries. He was having internal bleeding from like a leaky artery, and that they were having trouble getting it stopped, and he was on a ventilator.
Mm-hmm.
and that he was, you know, it was very critical.
From his lungs or something like that,
Yes.
right? Okay.
I think he has an autoimmune condition called sarcoidosis.
Okay.
It forms like little granuloma. It was like little tumors, little growths, we'll say. I don't know how long he's had it because I don't follow them. I don't.
Right,
but
right.
His brother-in-law, Krayzie Bone, made an announcement today, very similar along the lines of the Jamie Foxx thing. Like, look, yes, he's in the hospital, and we don't want to talk about it. Stop spreading rumors. Stop putting stuff out there. Y'all are just clickbaiting into things. When we want to speak on it, we'll speak on it. Respect our privacy.
Right.
We appreciate everybody being supportive, but
yeah,
that's all we want to talk about.
So pretty much try to stop them from jumping to conclusions. That's good to when comparing it to the Jamie Foxx situation, because a lot of people jump to crazy conclusions with that. So
he's not even wanting to acknowledge any of the ventilate. He's like, y'all are clickbaiting into stuff. We don't want to talk on it. We're just going to leave it at that. Yes, he's in the hospital. When we want to talk about it, we will talk about it.
Well, since, like I said, he's one of my favorite artists growing up. So just for me personally, for me, I just wanted to, I'm going to give a quick rundown of what I wrote down as my top 10 favorite songs or verses from the artist Krayzie Bone of Bone Thugs and Harmony, the greatest rap group of all time. By the way, the only rap group to have collaborated with Tupac and Biggie before they died. The only rap group in the world to get both of those collaborations. That's right. History books, guys. God, we need to. That's why burning books is bad. Kids got to learn your history. All right. Here's my top, real quick. Here's my top 10. I'm going to start with an honorable mention. I just had to do it. I'm sorry. This is an honorable mention. This is not a part of it officially, but honorable mention is a song that's called "It's All Real" on their third album, The Art of War. It was his first, they did all the members of the groups did their own solo songs, and that was his song. I appreciated that song because it was the message behind it, the subtleness of it, and the way it was just one of those songs that I could just sing in front of my mother, and that she wouldn't get mad at me for saying like murder and stuff like that. So I appreciated him for doing a little a slow R&B-ish kind of a song, but it was a very nice song that I sung way too many times. But officially, starting at my number 10 is a song called "We Starvin'," featuring the rapper E40 and Gangsta Boo. I haven't said that name in years. From his official solo album, Thug Mentality. The message behind this song was that we starve as we chase the paper. Pretty much, if you don't work, if you don't put yourself out there and do what you have to do in life, you're not going to make it in this world. So one of the lines that always stuck to me was, if you can't pay for your life, you're going to vanish. So that was that song. It hit me real hard when I was young, because I was like, yeah, got to get out there and hustle. Stop being a deadbeat. And then, but now my wife is like, well, then how come you never cut the grass anymore, Chris? So I didn't listen. But at number 9, Take Your Time, on the first Mo Thug Family Scriptures album. That was the first time I ever heard one of these members of Bone Thugs and Harmony doing an R&B song. And of course, Krayzie Bone crushed it. I didn't even think that they were into doing songs like that, and he was the first one out of the group to do it. So Take Your Time, I forgot the name of the group that he sung with, but I still remember the video. One of the messages from it was, I never spit game, I always shoot real. That's right, kids. Learn from your local rappers. At number 8, Ghetto Cowboy, Bone Thugs and Harmony doing a Western music video, and the whole the hook was, I think, from you better count your. Who sings that song? You know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Who is that?
Kenny Rogers.
Is that Kenny Rogers?
I think so.
I know
what song
and that's what the hook was. That's what the song was featured on. It was "You better count your money." So that was one of my favorite songs coming up. Number At number 7, Shoot 'Em Up was on the Great White Hype soundtrack. One of the best verses I've ever heard in my life was Krayzie's verse on that one. I won't get it. I'm trying to fight the urge to sing, and I know everybody's gonna be like, "Shut the hell up!" But I'm just trying to fight the urge. Now, one of the songs that my mother hated me for, number 6, Mo Murder. Mo Murda. 1999, East 99, Mo Murda was one of those slowed down, chopped and screwed hooks where the guy just repeatedly, Mo Murda, Mo Murda. Okay, I said I wasn't going to sing, but I did it anyway, my bad. But the way he started that song, that was one of the best songs I ever heard in my life. I destroyed that CD listening to that. Number 5, Thug Love featuring Tupac from The Art of War. One of everybody's most people to this day. This is argued if that's not the best song by Bone Thugs and Harmony, but it's not. I love that song. I like Tupac's, even though his style wasn't similar with Bone Thugs. They rap fast. He rapped, like slow, but he made it work. I didn't think it would work, but it did. It was one of their best songs. But at number 4, I have the one that they did with Notorious B.I.G., Notorious Thugs, because it was a club banger, man. That song just, everybody danced when that song came on. At number 3 is most everyone's favorite. It was, but my number 1 for years, The Crossroads. Everybody, I mean, come on, you know The Crossroads. Everybody knows The Crossroads, even if you're not a fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony. Even Kevin's in the shower going, I miss my Uncle Charles. Y'all, right, Kev? Right? No? Not happening? No? Okay. All right. I thought I was assuming. But that's usually everybody's go-to Bone Thugs and Harmony song. I have that at number 3. At number 2, I have a song that he did it was featured on Little Jon's album, but featuring Mystical. And Krayzie Bone, I think, everybody agreed that he had the best verse on a song called I Don't Give a Bleep. But, this isn't a censored show, so it's fuck. But that verse that he gave on that one, it totally killed it. You don't put a person on your album unless you know he's not gonna make you look bad. Luckily, Lil Jon is more of a producer than a rapper. So, I mean, you had 2 of the best to ever do it featuring on your album, Lil Jon. Number 1, my favorite verse from Krayzie Bone comes from the song "It's the First of the Month." He opens up the song with "We're Having a Wonderful Day." And when I remember when the first time I heard that song on the radio, my friend Jason Rodriguez, because he knew I was a big Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, I was waiting for that second album to drop. And then when it came up on the radio, he called me over, because he recorded it, he played it in front of me. I was sitting in front of his stereo, like just listening to it. And he was just watching me like I was some freak, like, what the hell? Because I was literally, my face was in front of his stereo just listening to it. And I rewound, I played it so many times over and over again. I don't know. But that goes down as my favorite of all time. Now, this list is just mine. I want to know if you're a Bone Thugs and Harmony fan, if you're a fan of Krayzie Bone, let me know what your top 10, 5, 20, whatever it is. I could do a top 100 if I wanted to, but that's my top 10. Guys, let me know what yours is in the comments below, or if you're watching live. If you're a fan of Bone Thugs and Harmony, let me know what your favorite Krayzie Bone album is. And real quick, before I move on to the next one, he said Method Man also rapped on both Biggie and Tupac albums. Are you sure about that? Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the history book shows that Bone Thugs was the only rap group that had featured both those artists before they were killed. But I think you're right about Method Man having both Biggie and Tupac on it. But are we sure that one of those songs weren't after they died? Because from what I remember correctly, Bone Thugs was the only one that had both Biggie and Tupac in the studio live while they were alive. So I'll look into that. But thanks, JR. Thanks for. I'm gonna look that up. But that's my list. Let me know yours, and let's move on to the official first topic of the day. Babe, what do we have?
What is in the tentative WGA deal? The proposed contract covers AI and pay and I don't know what else. Whatever they wanted, I guess.
Yeah, the AI deal. The writer strike is over. The actors strike continues, but
hopefully they're getting closer.
Yeah, we got to do. Before I get into the breakdown of what the deal partially includes. Like, what do you guys think about this? Kevin, let's start with you. What do you think?
Well, I've only seen one writer's strike before this one, and this was when the time Scrubs was on. So this was back in the early to
2010s or something like that?
2008.
Oh, okay.
That was a really long one.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that one I remember when it happened because Scrubs had a very short seventh season. It was like 11 episodes.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shows were kind of like suffering because of that. So I'm like, okay, sweet, I'll have to see this again. And lo and behold, like I'm in my late 30s and I'm seeing it again. But I'm glad they were able to kind of get this situated a lot more quickly. And it seemed like they were asking for was realistic.
Yeah.
And not that hard, so I'm glad they were able to do that, and hopefully they'll be able to settle the actors' strike soon, too, because a lot of us are hoping to get our shows back. For me,
Yeah.
you know, I'm looking forward to seeing the return of The Rookie on ABC, because that, like, I love me some Nathan Fillion, man. That's what like that.
I'm still wanting to get into that. Every clip of that show that I see on TikTok or something, it cracks me up. That one where he was walking by the garage and the guy was messing with him singing that sexy cop song, and the daddy cop walk and his daddy cop butt. Oh, I was like, this show it's got to be funny as hell. I gotta watch this.
It's a comedy, it's a drama, it's a police procedural. It's got everything that you want. But the writer's strike, I'm glad that they managed to get that settled, and I'm happy that both the people that were striking as well as the studios were able to come to an agreement that would benefit both parties.
Yeah, but what do you think? What's now that the strike is over? What you're looking forward to?
I mean, it's fine for the moment that the actors haven't resolved yet, because the writers have to write something first,
right,
before the actors can do anything. But they still need to hurry up, because it won't really matter if they've written something, because they won't be allowed to act it.
Yeah,
they're like, if they can get this resolved fairly soon, they may be able to get the shows back on by like January.
Right.
I'm okay with that. Like, honestly, if it means
they're trying to salvage at least half of a season.
Because normally what they would do, like with any TV show, is they would start the beginning of the season, like basically when school starts normally, and they would end it
fall season, yeah.
When they would end it, the season when the summer begins. So, I mean, it's fine if they can do like half a season. That's fine. But or if they want to just do a new way of doing it, like begin this season in January and end it in the fall. But we gotta be realistic.
At least, well, probably, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe for this year, maybe. I think they've done that before. Like maybe during the last strike, the shows had to start.
Everything ended way early.
Okay.
It started regular. It was in September, August, whatever. But instead of ending in May, things like shut down like March or
just like
February or March. They were like done.
Yeah, they just ended everything and just straight up, and I was just like, oh, come on, that's not a full season. Come on.
It's gonna hit us somewhere. Like you said, either seasons are gonna start getting cut, and then I hope they just don't make. I hope this doesn't make a new status quo or whatever the term is moving forward. Like every season on network TV is only going to be five episodes.
Well, it's just now barely gotten back, because there was like COVID.
Yeah.
Short.
That's what I was thinking about.
Like
COVID.
2 seasons in a row, things were like, instead of the norm, they previously, prior to COVID, seasons were like 24 episodes.
Yeah.
COVID happened and everything. Suddenly you had a couple of seasons in a row where everything's maybe like 18.
Yeah, we started adopting the British model of a season. It's pissing me off.
And then they just barely kind of finally got back up to like 20.
Yeah.
Like, we're still not back to the old school 24, but we're just now getting back up to about 20 episodes. So.
Hell, Thundercats had like 99 episodes in one season. We can do this. I'm just saying. I mean, it's possible. But
or our ridiculousness, which has like 100 episodes. I'm like, what season? I don't even know what season this is. They just keep coming.
Umpteenth. But real quick, I wanted to run down what the writers negotiate, what they got. Usually in a negotiation, you want both sides. People always say they want both sides to be to come away a little happy, but what usually happens is both sides come away a little bit upset. As long as both sides are a little bit upset, that means that they gave in to what the other side wanted. So that means the negotiations went well if both sides are a little bit unhappy, but they can live with it and move on. So real quick, here's some of the things that the writers got. Let me go to this file real quick. There it is. Okay, so some of the things that the writers got are, okay, what am I doing here? I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. Starting with, I don't want to accidentally put up another Bone Thugs and Harmony thing. There we go. Okay, pay increases and audience data. And you guys can't see what I'm doing unless I do this. Minimum weekly pay for writers will increase more than 12% over the 3-year duration of a deal. Number 2, a feature-length project made for streaming with a significant budget will increase a 26% increase in the residuals. Series and films viewed by 20% or more of the service's domestic subscribers in the first 90 days receive a bonus. That was the one that stood out to me the most because, I mean, Kevin, let me get your opinion on this. 20% of your domestic subscribers in the first 90 days. So right now you're already on a time crunch. If we get certain amount of clicks and views for the certain show that you've written in 90 days, then you get this bonus. But after the night, if it doesn't hit that mark after the 90 days, tough titty. What do you think about that deal?
I think it's fair. Like, I mean, let's take the One Piece Netflix show that came out recently. I mean, that show did really well. Like, let's put it this way: if that deal counted for that One Piece show,
you think they would
writers would have gotten
probably got
paid. They would have been paid big time. But yeah, no, I think that's a fair deal. Like, honestly, whenever my YouTube channel does well and it gets a lot of views,
right?
I get paid.
Almost the same concept, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. No, like aside from that, the more views you get, like the thing is with YouTube, it works the way like every view people get. There's like an ad going on with the views, so you get a certain amount from that, from that view, and you tally all the videos together, and it shows more and more. So
right.
Yeah.
What do you think that it lends itself better to? What about the streaming services that don't have as many subscribers as others? Like, if you were a writer and you wrote a hit show for Netflix, which has the most subscribers overall, this deal that deal might activate easier than, say, I don't know, what's a lower one, maybe an Apple TV Plus show, even though the quality might be the same. But if Apple TV Plus has half the subscribers, that means that's half the chances of people clicking on it.
What they're saying is, to them, that part's irrelevant, because if they're already not getting that many watches, that's not what they're concerned about. They were concerned about the fact that the big ones, the Netflixes, were getting all these views for years, and then they get a check in the mail for like a nickel.
Yeah.
They're like, hold on, like, wait a minute.
But you see what I'm saying? But the question though, like, would you, if as a writer, wouldn't you be trying to knock on the door and getting your script into Netflix, which has the most subscribers and the most chance of hitting that mark? Or but Joy, you said you don't think it matters.
Well, I mean, if it was never getting views anyways, and it doesn't really change much for them. They were concerned more about things that were getting lots of views, and they weren't getting paid for all those views.
What do you think, Kevin? What do you think about that question?
I can agree with that. Like, I think a lot of people are upset is that, Netflix and other streaming services are the ones that are truly benefiting from these views.
Yeah.
Overall, they're not sharing within the wealth of what they're getting.
Right. Well, they argue that they don't get that much from a view. They only get the money from new subscribers, and that's what they're basing. It's not like network TV. It's different. That's why this whole negotiation kind of started. They were like, well, we don't have to pay you the way we would normally pay you on network TV because this is streaming. And then the argument was because there's not that many advertisers as it would be on network TV, because we only get money when people subscribe.
Right, but Netflix still paid somebody, ABC, Sony, whatever company, to be able to air that, and that company got a big. That company paid got a big check to be allowed for Netflix to use
to
it.
To get the rights.
The actors are going, we didn't see any of that.
You're right, but that's exactly. But that was the producer's point. But that's a whole different kind of a deal. Like, this wasn't an advertiser when we put this on network TV and an advertiser paid money for this to be to advertise during this show, and then we can give a piece of that to the writers and the actors and residuals. This is a streaming service who just bought the rights to play it on their streaming platforms, and there's no commercials in between in most cases. So technically, since it's not TV, we don't have to pay for that. And then like you said, the writers were pissed that we're not seeing.
Because they weren't necessarily saying Netflix owes us money. They're saying, the big, the ABCs, the CBSs, the whatever the companies' names are.
Owe that money, and they were arguing that they didn't because
they got paid.
But the producers are arguing that they don't because, like Netflix would argue that, I mean, Netflix loses a lot of money for buying the rights to all those shows. It helps them, but it's a money loser for the most part. And I'm not, before you guys try to come at me, I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm not defending the producers or anything. I'm not doing that. I'm just reporting to you what they say. But yeah, no, those are good points. But there's the argument back and forth. I'm glad they came up with a middle ground, but I could see what they were saying on both sides. But another thing that came up was the artificial intelligence argument. AI cannot write or rewrite literary material, the WGA summary says. Number 2, a writer can choose to use AI if a studio approves of its use, but a writer cannot be required to use AI. And then the agreement does not prohibit studios from training AI on writers' work. That confused me. The first one, AI cannot write or rewrite literary material. But the third one, the agreement does not prohibit studios from training AI to write it?
AI, artificial intelligence, it learns. So the more stuff you put into it, the better it writes or does whatever you've asked it to do. So they're just saying, we know we can't put that work out for the public to see, but we can at least
keep feeding the machine.
Right, so that if one day we do be allowed to use it, it's in good shape.
Right there.
And it's already set to go.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah. When we can bypass this new agreement, we're going to make sure the AI is strong. What do you think? That's the conspiracy theory. I think that's 100%.
The way at least I see it for AI cannot write or rewrite the material. It's basically when the studios don't use the writers and just be like, we'll just have AI do it instead. Like, but with the other two, the writer can choose to use AI if the studio approves it. So as long as it's like autopilot. In a sense. With autopilot, you have to have a pilot still kind of overseeing the autopilot's controls.
Right.
And the agreement, and like last one, the agreement does
bring
not
the mic closer a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
No, just you can start.
Sorry. The agreement also does not prohibit studios from training AI on writers' work. So basically, from the way it sounds like, if the studios need writers, they cannot, like, if let's say they don't have a writer on staff or available, they just can't just do AI and hope for the best. No, they have to have a writer involved in the writing
process.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like whenever editor in Photoshop, like myself, I sometimes use AI mostly just to get rid of certain blemishes, like a giant zit on the forehead or something.
Yeah.
Like obviously I can do clone tool, but AI has such intuition that it makes it look much more natural and whatnot. So I think they just still want it to be AI to be run and operated by the writer itself, so that way the writer can still have some control over what the content is in the writing process. I'm
curious because everything that they agreed upon wasn't given in this article, but I'm curious I remember one of the things that they were going to argue for was awards. Like if AI is involved, then that show can't get an award for best writer or something like that. Because I mean, it's a tool, but now I'm wondering, is it going to be changed now? Because if a writer is involved in the beginning and then you use the AI to clean things up or finish it, I'm wondering, because I remember that being one of the arguments. What do you think about that? And as far as the award process, does a show or movie deserve a reward for writing if AI was involved or to a certain percent?
I think if AI is going to be, if they're going to give awards, AI can, the way I see it, if AI gets rid of certain blemishes, like let's say grammar errors or just cleans up certain parts of it, but still a lot of the like, let's say if AI, like the touch-ups AI does, is only about 5% of the work. The remaining, the majority, the 95%
was the writer. Yeah.
I think that's.
So you think it should be on a percentage scale, like if
exactly, like let's say if
anywhere near 50%, no reward.
Exactly, because otherwise it's just lazy writing, right?
I didn't say that. Only Kevin said that. So when the machines take over, I didn't say that. That was Kevin.
Oh yeah, no. Like the thing is, like a writer's
Skynet.
like a writer's not a writer if he doesn't do the work. That means putting your butt in the chair.
Yeah.
And just clickety-clacking on the computer.
Getting that typewriter out.
Or on the typewriter, or just writing, freehand. Either way, the writer actually is supposed to write.
Right.
If he wants to use AI to fix some, grammar errors, because let's face it, we're all going to have some
Grammarly,
errors.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Then that's fine, because at least then it'll get rid of certain things and make you sound a little bit more smarter than you probably are.
But if you did the whole book or the whole script and then you go, chat GPT, how should this story end? Like you did everything but the last 2 pages. What do you think? Write your ending for you.
I think the ending has to. I think everything has to come from the writer.
Yeah.
And
at least the beginning, middle, and end.
I think AI, like basically like I do with my photos, should just be used to touch up certain blemishes here and there, but not do the overall work.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Of the writer.
No, that makes sense. Last but not least, last part of the agreement that from this article. I know this wasn't everything, but this was working conditions. Employees employment of at least 6 writers related employees on a series that runs 6 episodes or fewer. Employment of at least 9 writers related employees on a series that runs 13 episodes or more. Writers get at least 10 weeks of employment in development rooms, and I don't know all of these terms, so this is obviously something that was important to them, but I don't know what that really means. And early phase, in development rooms in early phase, and 20 weeks if part of post green light. I don't know all the lingo. If anybody else knows what most of that means, I don't know all the lingo, but I'm glad they got. If that's what they wanted, I'm glad they got it.
If they're talking about like a new like a pilot, like a
green,
they only will do so few episodes.
Yeah, I know what green light means,
so
but development room.
They're just saying that they get a certain amount of time when it's being developed in just those first few episodes, and then if it gets picked up, greenlit for all the rest, they need to allow them extra weeks of time to get the rest of those episodes or whatever it is they're doing.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm glad they got it. Any other thoughts on it? Yeah, I think we covered it.
It seems pretty normal. Employment of at least 6 writers writing on a 6-episode or fewer. That seems pretty fair.
Yeah.
And I think as well as for employment of at least 9 writers on a 13 episodes or more. That's a lot of writing, especially if it's a hour-long show.
Yeah.
You need to have as many people in the writing room as possible. So that's going to guarantee a lot more work, and that's going to guarantee a lot more stable income. And as for writing, writers getting at least 10 weeks of employment in the development stage, I think that's a good amount of time. That's at least 2 months worth of time, but 20 weeks, that's a good amount of time right there. That's a good like a third or a fourth of the year right there.
Yeah.
So that definitely gives the writer a lot more time and a lot more resources. Especially like it would be great if they gave them benefits though, or at least some kind of way to do that. But better something than nothing.
Yeah, like benefits. Like what you mean? Like from my insurance side of it and stuff that they do, but in SAG and in I don't know. I think I heard about in SAG that you have to get a certain amount of work, make a certain amount of money within a month for it to kick in and something. But the strike definitely kicked them out of that because they were striking longer, especially the writers striking longer than that minimum time requirement for the benefits to kick in. A lot like you have within a 3-month or I forgot what it was. You have to make a certain amount of money. And obviously they weren't making any money during the strike, so like nobody was getting their benefits. But I think in this, if I got to read more of other articles, but I believe they worked around it. I'm hoping at least, because that's an important thing you brought up, benefits. I hope that people who lost their benefits during the strike can get it back without that rule being enforced. No, well, you weren't working for the past 90 days, so we don't have to pay. I hope they don't do that to them. That would suck. Before we go into the next topic, what's in the chat about? Let's see.
Topaz.
Topaz. Was it
Topaz
Campbell?
says
Campbell.
FAI, basically.
Well, first
She
one said
said
the actors should make a contract that is universal. So if any company buys their content, they have to get residual pay. That's what.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Let's see.
He's got a lot of comments.
Also,
He is not a fan of AI.
so they should have
at
two
all.
contracts: one to protect their rights to their content used by anyone, and one so they get paid for actually making the show from the company. I understand what you mean by that, but usually I use the example of when you own a house and you hire a crew to paint inside the walls. You paint one of the rooms, and if you 5 years later, if you have a dinner or some kind of a party and take pictures and stuff, I mean that painter can't go 5 years later and go, hey, that was my work you're putting up on your social media and in that room, that was my paint. Like, no, I paid you to paint that wall 5 years ago. I'm not going to give you residuals from my Facebook post because I put it up on my social, stuff like that. But that's kind of how I look at it. But I do agree with both sides' arguments to an extent. But that's what the producers are like. No, we paid you. That's pretty much what they're going to say. I think I already played that one to you. Yeah, you're right. Topaz Campbell is on it. I don't think AI should ever be used in creating shows because it makes humans obsolete. That's exactly what I was trying to tell Kevin. Like, why is he kissing up the Skynet?
I'm just saying. I'm not saying use it for the entire thing. I'm just saying, just like let's say if I write an entire screenplay and I want to use AI to just touch it up, like basically just get rid of some grammar errors. I'm fine with that because at least then. No studio is going to want to read something that's grammatically incorrect. They'd be like, "What's this guy, a retard or an idiot? What's going on with this guy?"
Yeah, I'm sure they Grammarly that.
At least using it to touch up, like as long as the story's there, then I think that's right. So, but I do agree. Some things should be protected for quality, talent, originality, and progressive for many reasons. I do agree with that. But I just think like with AI, it should just be used just to fix some blemishes. Like I use AI for a lot of the headshot photos I use, so I just use it to just touch it up. Not like obviously I do a lot more of the touch ups and stuff on my own, but if there's something that I think AI can do better, I'll let it do it because I want the person to like their photograph.
Yeah, I feel like AI should be looked down upon when used in writing or any kind of entertainment because it hurts people more than it helps. They will rely on it, just like we do on our. Like with calculators on our phones and stuff, kids can't do basic math and stuff.
Come on.
Remember back in the day when you used to go to the grocery store and used to read the back of the toothpaste? Like, which one is best for me? Now, what do? What is the best toothpaste? We rely too much on the Google, on the algorithm.
I always like to use those two, combination toothpastes, one to brush and one to whiten or whatever. I always that's one I always get. I haven't used it in a while though because I've been living with my folks, just trying to make sure I get my house ready.
Yeah.
Small alert.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, no. But yeah, aside from that, no. I just I think with AI, it just depends on how people use it. If they use it throughout the ride, be like, all right, write an episode where Ross and Rachel get back together for a couple of episodes.
Yeah, just for fan fiction, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they just like let's say right now all right, come up with an episode where they're drug dealers for the Rookie, but Nolan's brother is a part of it and he has to save him. Do the writing. Yeah. If that's just lazy writing right there. I would just rather. I think they should come up with their own, story and everything. And if they just need to do some touch ups in the grammar, then
then it's fair game.
Actually used for.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair game. Yeah, if you like it, I love it.
Thought about because you've been rewatching Suits.
Yeah.
Which of course.
But I heard that today that they can't go backwards. They won't be able to get that money from that.
No,
This is only moving forward. Because that show has been blowing up again. Yeah.
So the guy that plays Mike.
Okay.
Made a post saying that he's loved all the
suits.
Nostalgia, and that he missed working with everyone, and he had a bunch of photos from back when he was on the show, behind the scenes photos, and I think maybe it was an Instagram post or something. So he posted the photos saying, I miss working with, and all the people that he worked with. Mm-hmm. And I saw it and was like, that's sweet, and everybody was, I didn't think anything about it personally. Well, I guess people reached out to him and all like, dude, you know you're not allowed to post any of that because we're on strike.
Oh yeah, so they
So
scabbed him.
he quickly had to. He was like, "Ooh, apologies. I didn't think about that kind of a post."
Yeah.
All right,
pulled
all
it
right,
down.
all right, all right. I apologize. I'm really, really sorry. I apologize unreservedly.
It was like,
Yeah.
whoops.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought about it either because it's not like
Because he technically promoted
it wasn't like it was on
a.
a red carpet or at
yeah.
a fan event.
He was
just
thanking
a
the people.
Social media post, but the other
Yeah.
like, dude, you can't
Yeah.
put those pictures and
That's
talk
why
about the show.
I'm sure AI wouldn't have made that mistake.
Wow. All right, Skynet. Jeez. All right, let's move on to the next time. What's the next time we got on display, babe?
A video went viral on TikTok where a woman gives an engagement ring worth a Bitcoin back.
Oh snap!
This was a clip of James Kennedy and Raquel Levis when they called off their engagement during Vanderpump Rules reunion.
Yeah, this was something that happened years ago, but for some reason it's come back,
It's
blowing up again on TikTok. People, so I just thought the discussion was fascinating. So the question is, in an engagement, if the proposal to marriage and all that stuff happens, and you're planning a wedding, and then all of a sudden it doesn't work out, is she obligated? He or she, whoever received the ring or the engagement ring, obligated to return it to this. Babe, what you had an opinion on this? We talked about it a little bit before.
It is definitely a depends situation, because personally I wouldn't want the ring, which I know you're like, yeah, but you could sell it. I mean, I
didn't
get
say that.
but I definitely to me it would depend.
Mm-hmm.
If you were way into this engagement and put forth a lot of money and you feel like it was all your money that you put forth and he wasn't helping and it ended, then I can see you'd be like, I'm not giving you the engagement ring back because I am going to cash it in because I spent a lot of money that I can't get back and you didn't help with that. However, if it wasn't that case, you both put money in or you didn't even get that far, I mean, he spent a lot of, I'm assuming, a lot of money on that. Like, give him his ring back.
Yeah. What about you, Kev? What's your opinion about give it back or keep it? What do you think?
I think it just depends on one of two things. One, is this the ring that the gentleman slash the person that's going to be the woman's husband or future husband, is that something that he bought, or was it something that was given to him like a family heirloom?
Oh yeah, we talked about heirlooms too.
If it's
Yeah.
an heirloom, give it back.
Yeah. No matter what the situation is,
It's just it's like for me,
it's decency. Yeah.
if I was a girl and someone gave me their family heirloom and it didn't work,
Or if I give you a ring,
I would give it back. It sucks that it didn't work, but it just I would rather like if I was like for me, I definitely would think that the girl should return the ring, especially if it's a family heirloom, something that's been passed on for generation and generation.
Definitely heirlooms. I 100% agree.
Yeah.
No matter what the situation
mean,
is.
there are so many scenarios. There are plenty of couples that it's joint money that paid for it. Like he may have picked it out and surprised her, but it came from a joint account, so it was her money as well.
Yeah, I can see that argument.
I'm personally not a mean person. I'm one that would be like, I'm selling it, and I'll give you whatever the proceeds are, I'm gonna give you back some too, because it was both our money. I'm gonna keep some, but I'm gonna give you some.
I mean, if you want to work it off, I got some ideas.
But I'm not.
Start an OnlyFans
I'm not a
account.
vindictive, petty person personally, so I'm not in it.
That's
to
what she
just
wants you to
be
believe.
Angry and be like, no, screw you, it's mine now.
All right. I agree.
not
I agree. It depends on
That's not how it
the
works.
circumstance. It depends on if especially if the person who received the ring was the one who ends it. Definitely give it back. I mean, if you're like, I just don't want to be married anymore. Okay, I don't feel like it's the right time. Then obviously in that situation, but you'll be surprised how many people are like, well, I'll keep the ring as if we're still together. Like, no.
I mean, we've watched enough of Charlotte Dobre and her
on her
rights
YouTube
and
channel
stuff.
but here's
But
the
I've seen the scenarios where it was way into planning these weddings, and of it was like all being paid for by the bride because there was things that she wanted, and she's the one who had the money, or her family was paying for all of it.
She brought her own ring?
Totally. Well, no, she didn't buy the ring, but her family and herself is the one who's paid for like the dresses or all the stuff, and they couldn't get all that money back when they called off the engagement. So yeah, I do understand you feeling very justified, and I'm not giving you this ring back because I'm out a lot of money, and you're not giving me that back.
Well, this is the clip where this comes from. I want to show you guys this. This is off of, I forgot what the source is, but let's see if I can get it to play. That's a Bitcoin. So I like, but it's just in this. I mean, these guys are, if I remember correctly, I don't. What are the names again? James Kennedy and these guys aren't hurting for money or anything like that. But this was on reality TV. But it's just I was irked by the people, the other ladies in the background. Don't get back.
These are like, also scripted reality.
Yeah, I mean, but you can't tell me that in a non-scripted scenario that her friends wouldn't be surrounded or saying the same in a lot of situations. You don't have to. Don't like. It's none of your. I was like, it's none of your business. Why are you telling her what if she's already decided for her? I'm going to give it back for whatever situation that they're in. But you have her friends hyping her up. I just didn't like it. Like, nah, girl, take it forever. You could. I don't know. I could feel it. Am I wrong? Did you hear that?
I'm going to quote a line from a scary movie. Those girls are as fake as press-on nails, and in every sense of the word.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I'm sorry. Those girls are spoiled to the capital spoil. Right? It's just, if they're like that petty, it's just like, God, just go, just shut the hell up. I mean,
again,
it's between him and her.
And for whatever reason, if there was a reason for her to keep it and whatnot that I agree with, there are scenarios like that. But it's not the friend's job to pipe up.
Always one or the other. You can't just say yes. You always should, or you always should.
Yeah, exactly.
It definitely is. I need to know what's going. Like, give me all the facts.
I can take advice from my friends, but in the moment, like, let mind your business. Stay out of it. Yeah.
I will say the guy looks like a total D-bag with that freaking pink jacket.
If I remember correctly, I think he is. But
you can't trust a man with a butt chin and a pink jacket.
What are you talking about? This guy looks.
The only guy that can pull it off is John Travolta. That's the man who can have a butt chin and a pink jacket.
He's probably like, I got 10 of these rings at home, so it's cool.
I got 5. Yeah, just the guy looks
put it
very
back
smug.
with my collection.
The guy looks very smug.
No, might have a heart of gold, but the way he said it, that's a Bitcoin. Yeah,
hence why I said it looks like a D-bag, especially with the pink jacket, the little necklace thing on there, and the butt chin.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man, he's a fashion icon right there.
I wouldn't be caught dead wearing that outfit. If that guy said that to a lady friend of mine, I'd be like, my size 13 foot up your ass. Yeah. Both your butt and your face.
Like, that's a Bitcoin. Off to the strip club.
That's going to be more than a Bitcoin, I'll tell you that. Played soccer, man. That foot is going to be lodged up in there. Let's see what
the chat has to say. Well, that's more AI. What do we got? Topaz Campus continue on. Yes, they better give for a family heirloom. Yeah, agreed. And they should give it back. And if they don't want to, if they don't want it back, throw it in a lake or give it away. Get rid of the energy attachment. I mean, sell it.
I actually did something similar. Like, I was engaged at one point, and at one point in my life, and basically I had, I think, I can't remember if it was a ring or whatever. I can't remember what it was, but I just basically was in my apartment complex, and I just took it off and I just threw it into the freaking the water area with the little fountain and everything. Yeah. That's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, it makes sense, but sometimes you just got to, just want to get rid of that energy. Like, perfect way of putting it. Well, it's been almost an hour. Yeah, we're hitting the hour mark. Let's rush through the next one. I want to talk about what we got coming up. Is it tonight? I think it's premiering on Amazon. On Amazon, we got Jen. Let me turn this off. Blocking the
get rid of butt chin.
Get rid of coming up on Amazon. Now I'm excited for the boys spinoff Gen V, but I've purposely been staying away from like the trailers and things. I've seen a little bit of it, but I feel like I know it's gonna be good. I feel like it's gonna crush. So I'm looking forward to it. If it's out tonight, I'll watch it right after this. But the Gen V premiere is happening on Amazon. I think it's tonight. Are you excited about this, Kevin? Or obviously you already gave it away. You're looking forward to this one. You all caught up on The Boys?
I've seen all of The Boys. Yeah, like for me, I'm gonna have a very open mind with this show.
For me.
Dang it! I almost made it through without doing that.
There you go.
I think I'll have an open mind with it. And the best part is now that I'm all caught up on personal projects as well as professional projects. And have a little bit of time, I can probably do that this weekend, if need be. So,
yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Babe, what do you think? We're all caught up on The Boys.
I had no idea there was
a spinoff.
I mean, I knew they were going to make spinoffs. I didn't know there was one coming out today.
I whisper it in your ear in bed every night. What are you talking about?
But I love The Boys, and if it's anything written and as well as that, then I'm. Yeah.
Date night tonight. We're gonna watch it. Yeah. Cuddle up, little popcorn.
It's like,
what's it? The leader of VOT. She's supposed to be a character in it. There's supposed to be some cameos in it. Like A-Train is supposed to be in it. I heard. And like I said, I stayed out of it, but I'm super excited about it. I love The Boys. That world, that play on if Superman, the Justice League, Batman, and them were corrupt. They were just about capitalism and all that, all this raunchy, dirty stuff. I mean, DC isn't, and I know this isn't a DC comic-based thing, but it's obviously loosely based on like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, things like that. But this concept of that training system before you get up to the big league level of superherodom for the company VOT, it's fascinating. A school to train these up-and-coming future heroes, and I'm assuming the plot was. I guess they figure out that VOT and the school and everything, and the system isn't all roses and heroes like they play it out to be. They're seeing what's really going on behind the scenes, and now they got to take the system down. I think if I remember correctly, that's like the plot. Did you know? That's basically the plot? Like these students learn.
I've been as in the dark about the show as you are. Like as I said, I've been I know about Gen V for a while. Even when I went to San Diego Comic-Con, my badge had the little head missing from Homelander thing. But I'll give it a chance. I liked The Boys for what it was, so I'll definitely give this one a chance. Definitely has some big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Well, Topaz is like, what is The Boys?
Are they? Is this the gaslight question?
No. She's literally I think she means that genuinely. The Boys follows a group of I guess you would say they're vigilantes who try to gather as much information, but also take down superheroes who are corrupt and use their powers for personal gain, and sometimes innocent people are caught in the crossfire and are hurt because of them. So the boys try to take them down by any means necessary.
Oh yeah, they a group of mostly of human beings who are tired of the lies that the government and the cover-ups that this company VOT displays on screens and all the social media, that these superheroes are 100% the good guys. They're trying to expose the truth that these heroes are liars and killers and all that, and that's what The Boys is pretty much about. Just trying to take down that organization of murderers that are lying to our faces and saying that these false idols are are real champions and real heroes. They're trying to expose them for the evil, corrupt bastards that they are. And the group of boys, that's a fun group, man. What's their name? Mother's Milk.
Let's see. There's
Billy Butcher. Yeah.
There's Huey. There's I can't remember the Asian girl's name. She's the quiet one.
Kimiko.
Yeah. They're. Can't remember the
Frenchie. Yeah, is it Frenchie?
Yeah,
Frenchie and Mother's Milk. Yeah.
Frenchie and Mother's Milk.
Yeah. Just based on the names alone, it's a group of good guys.
They're mostly man-made. There's only a few
that
are natural.
Yeah.
They're mostly man-made because you can take that V
compound.
Yeah, exactly.
And people were giving it to their
kids
and children because they wanted them to be powerful.
Pretend like they were born with those powers.
Don't know what power you're going to get.
Yeah.
And
you can get shit powers.
And there's a large part of the population. I mean, like, there's tons of them just walking around that are just not famous.
Yeah.
Like, they're everywhere.
Yeah. It's all about fame with these heroes. It's really about fame. It's like imagine the Justice League mixed with Taylor Swift's Swiftie Beehive kind of craze.
It's like the social
popularity.
It's also a commentary on social
media, how we are as a society. Yeah.
So that's, I think, something else that's out there.
Celebrity worshiping, all that stuff. Yeah, it's a good, Raging Against the Machine kind of a show. But I'm looking forward to this. Gen V is a spinoff of The Boys. The Boys is based on a comic book called The Boys. Very adult themed stuff. When you have so many orgies.
And very, very bloody and gore. Like, it's not a...
It's not for kids. Let's put it that way. If you bring your kid to watch that show, particularly the Hero-gasm episode of The Boys,
Hero-gasm was awesome.
That child going to be scarred for life.
Why did
he go inside that man's pee-pee?
An entire body just explode.
How'd they get the camera in the toilet?
Yeah, that's not a toilet. The superpowered woman that accidentally crushed a man's head while he was providing a service. Let's just put it like that. You know what I'm talking about. Marlo?
Unfortunately, I know what episode you're talking about.
Yeah, it's awesome. All right, moving on to a game that I wanted to play. This is something that I've been looking forward to talking about. I've been trying to figure out why my topics are all messing up here. Is this thing not working anymore? There we go. It's something I discovered online that I'm 100% all about. # explain a film plot badly. So this is something that's very popular on Twitter and Instagram. People take these movie plots or these pictures of movies and they give these really bad explanations of the movie. And I'm going to play a game to see if you guys can figure out what movie we're talking about. So we're going to play a brand new game called Explain a Film Plot Badly. Name that film is pretty much what we're going to do right here. So starting with the first one here. Where's number one at? I messed. There we go. Here we go. All right. Tony Stark creates the Iron Legion to fight Poison Ivy. Tony Stark creates the Iron Legion to fight against Poison Ivy. Who wants to take a guess at it? Anybody got any guess? This could be anything.
I'm going to take a stab at it. Say probably. I'm going to say. Let's see. I'm going to say Batman and Robin.
All right, good one. Okay. What do you think? What do you think? Stab at the dark. We're pressed for time. And you guys, if you guys have any of your own bad plot explanations, send them in the comment section and see if we can figure one out.
I have no idea.
All right, giving up. All right, here it is. The Power Rangers movie.
I should have known.
Tony Stark creates the Iron Legion to fight Poison Ivy. Yeah, see? Now we kind of understand how the game goes. All right, moving on to the next one. Here we go. Noseless guy has an unhealthy obsession with a teenage boy. Babe, I'll start with you. What you get?
Potter.
That's your guess? You sure about that?
That actually sounds correct, yeah.
That's your guess? Are you sure about that?
That's what I'm going with.
It sounds about right.
Because it's I forget that character's name.
Voldemort, he who shall not be named.
Okay, that's the guess you're gonna stick with. I mean, oh man, the lower third is not changing. Let me see if I can fix that. There we go. All right, let's see if you're correct. And boom! Knows this guy has an unhealthy obsession with a teenage boy. You know, sounded a little sketchy there, but it turns out to just be Harry Potter. Oh, I gave it away. My bad.
Dun, 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 dun.
2 women willing to kill over a pair of shoes. Damn it, I can't believe I accidentally gave that one away. All right.
It's okay.
Not bad. All right, let's move on to the next one. Let me see. Oh, I see what happened. Let me see if I... Knows this guy. 2 women fight. Oh, I'm missing something. Oh, man. I'm going to have to read this one out. Let's see if I can... I can't look at this one. Okay, I think I remember what it was. It was... I can't remember what never mind. I'll just skip it. I'm not supposed to talk about it. Who wants to guess?
Fight Club.
That's your final answer?
Yep.
Because you probably saw the low.
No, come on. You're not supposed to talk about it. That's a classic line.
All right.
Everyone knows that.
I got one that nobody's going to get. I'm going to start with you, babe. Here we go. Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice to you when they need something. Come on. I think y'all are tied with these points. All right. I think. Bullied kid with birth defect proves people are only nice when they need something.
No idea.
Stab in the dark. Could be anything. You're going to be mad when I pull it up. You giving up? In 3, 2,
Yeah,
1.
I give. God damn it.
That's a good explanation for it, though, right? I thought that one cracked me up. I thought the Fight Club one was the most spot on one. But Topaz had Iron Man.
I was gonna guess that, but I'm like, I don't know.
Right? It was too obvious. Yeah. Only when people need. What's this? Topaz also continues. So they are an agency who are like cops or FBI for superheroes. Yeah. For kind of. Yeah.
I mean,
they're
unsanctioned.
Yeah.
Unsanctioned is the right word.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah, they're authorized by.
I mean, there is
we're talking about the boys. Yeah.
FBI unit that is hunting down the bad ones, but they're not doing a very good job. So of course the unsanctioned ones are doing it.
Are the ones getting it done?
Yes.
Yeah, taking down the corruption.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. Now, moving on to the last topic before we call it. Now, if I can get these buttons to work, I don't know what's going on with my with the lower third, but I wanted to talk about. It's Throwback Thursday time again.
I love this movie.
I love this movie.
It frequently.
So today we're talking about 1996 Oscar winner, in my heart and mind, Freeway, starring Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon. Also, I think it's not animated. Let me see if I did something wrong here. Is it animated? Yeah, it's looping. We have the movie Freeway. This is for Throwback Thursday. There we go. Where is it? There we go. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. Freeway. Reese Witherspoon, Kiefer Sutherland. I think this is one of the first. No, this isn't the first Kiefer Sutherland movie I saw. I think my first Kiefer Sutherland movie was the one where they killed themselves and brought themselves back to life. Flatliners. Yeah.
You didn't see the Lost Boys before that?
Oh yeah, Lost Boys. Yeah. All right. Don't do that. Don't do that in front of the audience like that.
Stand by me.
Yeah. When you keep something upside down, you're dead. But this is one of my favorite movies from the night. Like I guess we call it a grade A B movie, man. Joy, I've been trying to get her to watch this one. She hasn't watched it yet, but Keith, you have seen this one?
A million years ago.
Okay, I thought that was Tabitha who hadn't seen it. Tabitha who hadn't seen it. All right, so we all in the mix on this one. Kev, what do you remember from this movie?
I definitely remember. It was the only reason I watched it because, as I
Nudity.
said, the guy that did the score for it, Danny Elfman, did it. So I'm like, okay, if he did it, I want to watch it and see what it's about. But definitely follows loosely off the Little Red Riding Hood story,
Big Bad Wolf.
but in a very modern, much more twisted way. Red Riding Hood being Reese Witherspoon, and the Big Bad Wolf being Keither. Is it Kiefer or Keither?
Kiefer
Kiefer
Sutherland.
Sutherland,
Red,
yeah.
red being from the hood.
Exactly.
Right. You see what they did there?
Yeah,
I just figured that out, by the way.
Yeah, no, but I think it definitely was a commentary on a lot of what women go through, especially in the women's prison system
Yeah.
back then, and how people back in the day, like a guy like that, like nowadays, if she was to say, hey, he did this and that,
They would have investigated more.
exactly.
Yeah.
Nowadays, be like, he's a prominent white man, you're a trailer trash girl, back to jail with you.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah. They didn't listen to her at all because of her
Yeah.
of her history, and the way the movie was set up would look like this good man of society was attacked by this girl from the hood, and it turns out that Kiefer Sutherland was in fact a big bad wolf type of character. I won't give away what he was in the end, but but Reese Witherspoon is definitely the hero, a anti-hero really, because she really has to she really goes through it, like in where she was raised, who raised her mom was I think there was a scene in that movie where the mom was on the street prostituting, was she?
It's been a while since I saw this movie,
It's
but I
been
do
a long
remember
time.
seeing
Yeah.
it. But yeah, no, it's definitely a giant callback. I think
Yeah.
the movie's going to be like 30 years old in like less than 3 years.
The
Beat the crap out of him.
I remember when she went to jail, and that's where we meet Brittany Murphy's character. She had that scar on her face. She was schizophrenic, and she starts making out with Reese Witherspoon. And Reese was like, all right, you can, I'll let you go down on me a little bit, but that's it, because I'm straight. This movie has so many crazy lines, and when that courtroom scene, when after she attacked Kiefer Sutherland and made fun of him in the court, do you remember that one day? Like,
I do remember she was making fun of him.
because she shot him so many times it
was like
disfigured him, and it made him look like a
couldn't
big
talk-
bad wolf
he
kind of
couldn't
a
talk very
thing.
well
Yeah.
anymore.
Definitely was not looking human after that.
Yeah,
But
and
kudos to the makeup department for making him
oh yeah, that makeup
just the way
was
he did in the end.
what was it? Oh well, yeah. What did Reese Witherspoon say when the judge told her to shut up? She was like, fuck all y'all, and then looked at Kiefer. You too, chipmunk face. Tell you, Oscar caliber writing, man. I love this. This movie stuck with me, man. I love this movie, and there's like I said, the big bad wolf theme behind it, because what Keith would do to women in this movie was horrible, and when it came to they even did the whole grandma thing. You remember that? How they went to grandma's house. She went to visit. She wanted to move away, get away from her mom, who was abusive, and move in with her grandmother. And when she got to grandma's house, let's just say Keith got there first, and he said, "You killed my grandmother." What he said? Oh, that's not all I did to grandma. I was like, oh my god. That movie was awesome. I thought it was. It surprised me. I'd never imagined that Reese Witherspoon and all those other actors ended, like Brittany Murphy, would. There was so many actors out there from that movie that went on to have great careers. I thought I would be one of those situations where we'd never see these people again. But Reese Witherspoon is damn near a billionaire today, and she never really talks about this movie that much. I've never seen her throw back to it, her or Kiefer. This is a classic, man.
I mean, he's also a Nepo baby, so, I mean, he's been in all kinds of stuff. I don't know about recently, but he's been in all kinds of stuff over the years.
What about for any other
I mean,
any other
we
thing that
don't
stands
know
out?
what Brittany Murphy would have done, but I think she would have been big.
She was awesome.
She was
in this
already doing things.
Well, her performance in this reminded me of that other movie that she did, where there was like a murder mystery and she was suffering from mental issues. Remember that commercial? Like, I'll never tell or something. That's all I remember from the trailer. Like they were trying to solve it was like a murder mystery, and they were trying to see if she was the one who did it, but if she was actually the victim. And it was one of her earlier movies from the 90s.
I know the most recent Britney movie I've seen lately was the Sin City film.
Oh yeah, she was great in that.
She only filmed for like a day for all of her scenes, just for one day, and that's just like Jesus Christ, that's impressive.
Yeah, who knows what she did.
But still, I just was, just for me, I was just like, it popped up on my YouTube channel a couple times. I'm like, you know what, I want to watch it, and I watched it, and I'm like, dear God, it's so good,
But anything else from who else was also in this movie?
Brooke Shields.
Brooke Shields.
Yeah,
the wife.
She played the wife, and when she found out, I think she
killed herself.
Yeah.
Because she
Spoiler.
Bokeem Woodburn or Woodbine. Or
I had the cast
Bokeem
up.
something. He was the African actor that his most recent movie I know was Ghostbusters Afterlife, where he played the the sheriff of the small town. He's like, and he's basically arrested the kids. Like, all right, kid, who are you gonna call?
Oh, I remember that scene.
Yeah,
oh,
he was in that movie, I think, as Reese Witherspoon's boyfriend. Hang on, go.
Yeah. I remember.
No.
No, that's the other detective. I know who you're talking about because he
had a small role.
Yeah, there you go. Bokeem Woodbine. Yeah, Chopper. He played Chopper, and he. I remember when the cops when they were investigating the crime that she was involved in, how they didn't, like you said, they didn't believe her. They weren't supporting her at all. And when the black detective realized that, because okay, I'll be honest with you, Reese Witherspoon was in holding when she knew that the system was throwing her away because she thought she did a good thing, got rid of the big bad wolf, but they were throwing her in jail and punishing her, so she just didn't give a damn anymore. So she told the cops her story. They didn't believe it. They threw her in prison. But when the black cop realized that she had a black boyfriend, for some reason that was the thing that broke the case because she said something pretty racist to him, and all that. So I think she called him the N-word, and when they just thought that she was just being a bee and acting up. But when the black detective was like, she's a coal burner. Like, what's that mean? It means her boyfriend's black. I mean, I have never even heard of that. But for some reason, that was the thing that broke the case wide open. Then he realized that maybe she was, if she was just calling me the N-word out of anger and frustration. So let me go off and solve this case. I don't know too many cops that would have done that, but I always thought that was a weird moment of the movie. Maybe she didn't mean it when she called me the N-word. I was like, because her boyfriend's black. I was like, okay, that's great detective work. But hey, I mean,
the movie you were thinking about for Brittany Murphy was Don't Say a Word.
Don't Say a Word.
With,
I'll never tell.
Michael Douglas.
Yeah, but the classic of Freeway and the sequel. I recommend the sequel. I won't do a Throwback Thursday on the sequel, but Reese Witherspoon's Freeway. Here we go. With Kiefer Sutherland and Reese Witherspoon is a fun ride. I had a good time with it. I thought it was the theme around the Little Red Riding Hood thing and the twist for serial killers for the Big Bad Wolf was spot on. It was a good touch to it. Like I said, it's not one of those. Not a great movie. I was just joking, but I would say it's a grade A, what I call a grade A B movie. For B movies, I give this one an A. I had a good time with it, so I recommend it. Go check it out. That's my recommendation for Throwback Thursday. Now, before we call it, because we're at the end of it, we're already past the hour. I already went over. I wanted to real quick go into, that's not what I need to do. I need to go here. On the We Got Your Mail portion of the show, we're already caught up in the chat, but I want to just make sure before we leave if I'm not missing out on
I don't think anybody's on too.
the members. I just want to double check just in case. Yeah, I don't think that they're there.
I didn't see what Peter even in the chat today.
Yeah, he would have known. Yeah, he normally would have told us if he was there, so just in case. Because we're all caught up with the chats. I have no other chats in there, but I just want to see if there was anybody. Wait, nope, there is not. So no, that's it. No, there's nobody in there. So yeah, I was gonna throw it to our channel members who might have been watching live lately, and I'm not surprised. I think when the school year started and stuff like that, I noticed that the channel members who used to be here at the end of the show or during the show.
It hurt that we had COVID and missed out on 2 weeks worth of.
Yeah. So it kind of interrupted some things.
That'll
Yeah,
definitely do it.
but yeah. So usually at around this time of the show, I'll throw it to our channel members to call in live. But there's nobody in there right now. But that's fine. I appreciate you guys anyway. Guys, that's it for this episode of the Rundown. I just want to, like I said, give my top 10 for songs that I like from my favorite rapper Krayzie Bone. We talked about. The strike. We talked about Gen V. I had a good time with it. I want to thank our guest today for coming back to the studio, blessing us with his presence. Kevin, the director, my second favorite Kevin director. No, man, he already knows who my favorite is. He's working on hitting that number one. People want to find you online. Where can they find you, bro?
Just look up at Kevin the Director. Already got Colossal Gun Texas Part 2 out and about, and hoping next week to release San Japan. And if anyone's in San Antonio next weekend, I will be filming at Big Texas Comic-Con. That's Big Texas Comic-Con.
That's what I call myself in the shower. And if people want to find you online, where can they do so?
My TikTok is Viola Fagan, and my Instagram is Scrub Hats and More by Joy.
And you guys, you know me. You can always reach out to me at Chris W. Fagan on all the socials or at T3 Media Studios and hit me up. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Anything you guys suggest that we could talk about on the show. I want to thank our one and only viewer who's keeping us entertained in the chats. Is it Topaz?
Topaz Campbell.
Thanks a lot, as always. I appreciate you guys. And until next time, guys, have a good one. Be safe out there, and I'll see you guys next week. Hey, guys, thanks for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, like, and comment your thoughts on this topic or any topics that you think that we should talk about in upcoming videos. Also, you can follow us at T3 Medias on Instagram, Twitch, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and we also have a T3 Media Studios podcast where we post our movie reviews and episodes of The Rundown. Till next time, guys.